Here's a fun fact about the casting of an iconic film we're talking about today. A young Aditya Chopra, just 23 years old, envisioned the ultimate cross-cultural love story. An American boy falling in love with an Indian girl. And his first choice for the role was none other than the Hollywood heartthrob Tom Cruise. It was only after Chopra Sr. convinced Aditya to make the characters NRIs that the role was offered to Shah Rukh Khan. And now, every morning, a little before 11:30 a.m., the ticket window of the 66-year-old single-screen cinema Maratha Mandir opens up and a queue of people line up to buy tickets. There is the everyman taxi driver, an office goer, young couples, women, families, and perhaps even the odd foreign tourist. The interesting thing is that they don't line up to see the blockbuster of the week. They are buying tickets for a film released almost 3 decades ago in 1995. A movie that holds the record for being the longest-running film in Indian cinema. A film that changed the way modern Hindi film romances were made. They are watching the legendary Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge. Hello and welcome to A Century of Stories India, brought to you by IDFC FIRST Bank, always you first. I'm your host Kunal and today we are discussing a movie that's not just a blockbuster, but a cultural phenomenon. Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge, or as many fondly call it, DDLJ. More than just a Bollywood love story, DDLJ changed the way Hindi cinema was perceived, especially amongst Indians settled abroad. Released in 1995, DDLJ was directed by Aditya Chopra, son of the legendary filmmaker Yash Chopra, and starred Shah Rukh Khan and Kajal in the lead. While love stories in Bollywood were not new, DDLJ packaged romance in a new and unexpected way. In the 90s, India was witnessing major changes: liberalization, globalization, and the rise of a more connected world. NRIs who had moved abroad for better opportunities often felt a strong connection to their Indian roots, but were living in societies that felt alien to them. This is where DDLJ came in. The film's lead characters, Raj and Simran, weren't usual NRI caricatures. Their rebellious romance against the staunch, old-fashioned Bauji held up a mirror to an internal tug-of-war between modern Western values and traditional Indian customs. Though Yash Chopra had made Indians familiar with the serenity and the beauty of the Swiss Alps and other beautiful European locations through song sequences, his son Aditya showed a more day-to-day side of things. Of course, along with gorgeous locations, we also saw characters traveling in trains, running departmental stores, and even being cautious of the authorities. What's more, with the release of DDLJ, Bollywood started recognizing NRIs as a critical audience segment. One could clearly see that because the movie was not just a hit in India, it was a success in markets like the US, Canada, the UK, and even the Middle East. This success opened up new international markets for Bollywood. Of the 102.5 crore DDLJ grossed, 13.5 crore was earned overseas. Of course, we can't talk about DDLJ without talking about Shah Rukh Khan. Before this film, he was a rising star in Bollywood, but DDLJ catapulted him into global stardom. The way he portrayed Raj, a charming, funny, and respectful man, made him an instant favorite amongst audiences the world over. Many credit this movie for making Shah Rukh Khan the king of Bollywood. For NRIs, especially second-generation Indians, SRK wasn't just a star. He was a symbol of the aspirational Indian who could navigate both Western and Indian cultures with ease. Unlike the superhit film Bazigar, this was also the first time Shah Rukh and Kajol were actually paired together romantically, a pairing that would go on to be one of the most successful pairings in Indian cinema. So electric was their chemistry that they have forever made fields of mustard flowers synonymous with singing songs about love, thanks to Tujhe Dekha To Ye Jana Sanam. But there was another barrier that was broken with this casting. Indian heroines in the 1990s were characterized by their fair skin and conventional beauty. The choice of Kajol, with her dusky skin and vivacious nature, was a welcome step away from casting lead actresses based on their complexion. In fact, Kajol herself had done smaller parts up till then, but this was her breakthrough role. The success of DDLJ changed the way Bollywood approached the romantic genre. With the new NRI audience in mind, stories started to feature more modern settings and relatable characters, and themes of cross-cultural identity. But more than the locales, it encouraged the idea that one need not choose between tradition and modernity. They can indeed coexist. Even the stern patriarch Bauji embraces a new perspective in the film's climax, when he says the iconic line, "Ja Simran Ja, ji le apni zindagi." He accepts the idea that in order for his daughter to be truly happy, she has to run to the free-spirited lover boy rather than be forced to remain in the shackles of tradition. Perhaps the reason this film attracts crowd to this day is because we all want to emulate Raj and Simran from the film. Despite the luxuries of modernity, they still harbored a love for being grounded. And DDLJ reminds us of that balance even till today. You're watching The Century of Stories India, brought to you by IDFC FIRST Bank, always you first. I'm Kunal, and next week, I'm bringing you another tale that shaped India. And now it's time for safe banking tips from IDFC FIRST Bank. Did you know cyber criminals are now deploying tactics to get you to download malicious apps on your phone? These could steal your personal data and compromise your device's security. One easy way to prevent this is to only download apps from official app stores. Do not click on any unverified links. Keep your phone settings updated and install anti-malware software on your phone.
IVM